Well, I suppose this doesn't seem a very promising way to start a day out. I mean, do you know what these are? They're coal heaps. Sticky, black coal heaps. But if you wait around a bit, I think you'll see we're going to have a very interesting experience, and one that you could enjoy as well. Because what we decided to do for this strange day out, in a way, was to come to the Chatterley Whitfield Mining Museum at Tunstall in the Potteries. And what we're going to do is get kitted up in a miner's lamp and helmet, and we're going to go 700 feet underground in a coal mine. When was coal first systematically mined in this area? Well, I don't think anybody knows. It's thought, though, that there were some very cold monks in Halton Abbey who used to come down to the Ridgeway just north of here and gather coals to keep them warm in the 14th and 15th centuries. Then in the 19th century, with the furnaces of the nation and the home fires all hungry for coal, Chatterley Whitfield was in exactly the right place to supply it. Chatterley Whitfield once employed over 4,000 men and boys, and their hard labour underground meant that the mine became the first in Britain to achieve 1 million tonnes of coal a year, and that was in 1900. It also meant that this waste tip became the highest in Europe at over 1,000 feet above sea level. Now it's been grassed over, makes a pleasant walk down to the old winding gear and buildings, preserved below as a sort of reminder, a landmark, if you like, of the pottery's long and historic association with the mining industry. It's not all teapots and dinner services, you know. Not so long ago, of course, this would have been an absolute hive of activity. There were 17 individual railway tracks across this area here, with locomotives hauling coal in and out. In fact, it was possible to load 96 different grades of coal into the waiting trucks. But now all those busy days are over, and it seems sad somehow. And I know a lot of miners who worked here perhaps all their lives feel this too, that in such a short space of time it's become so desolate and derelict as we see it now. The coal reserves near the shafts were worked out, and the miners were forced to travel longer and longer distances deep underground to reach the coal seams. So the work was transferred to the Woolstanton Colliery 4 miles away, and on March the 25th, 1977, Chatterley Whitfield closed after 140 years of production. But then a new page in its history began. In 1978, Chatterley Whitfield Mining Museum Trust was formed to turn the surface buildings and underground workings into Britain's first mining museum. I suppose these days a lot of people think that museums are rather stuffy and dead, but they couldn't be more wrong, especially here at Chatterley Whitfield. For a start, the place still hums with pride, because many of the guides around the mine have a very special right to be doing the job.
He works here all the winter, goes away in summer. But he keeps coming back.
They are former miners themselves, who may have spent 40 or 50 years working underground in this very pit in the hardest conditions imaginable. And now they take great satisfaction in showing visitors around where they used to work. And since the museum opened in May 1979, more than 80,000 people, including thousands of schoolchildren, have come away from here much wiser and very much more alive to the whole grim, hard-working history of bringing coal out of the ground. You know, there's a lot to see in the museum before you need to even think of getting kitted up to go underground. Now, for instance, every colliery in North Staffordshire had its own distinctive style of what they called lamp checks. That's these little tags. They used to exchange these tags for a safety lamp from the lamp man before going underground. And these were the kind of lamps that they were given. Originally, the only light available to the miners came from a simple naked flame, a candle. And by the end of the 18th century, the stark need for a safer form of illumination was apparent. The Davy lamp, named of course after its inventor, Sir Humphrey Davy, undoubtedly reduced the appalling dangers endured by the miners. It was introduced into the North Staffordshire coalfields in the 1820s. Like every great invention which changed the world and certainly saved many thousands of lives, the Davy lamp worked on a very simple principle. As I understand it, the wire gauze here permitted air to get inside to allow the flame to burn, to allow combustion, but at the same time conducted the heat of the flame away, so that the temperature around here was always too low to allow the combustion of dangerous gases, which was the problem with the candle flame, of course. Many changes and improvements were made to the lamps before they were finally replaced by electric lamps in 1920.
Right, shove that in your bucket for me. Put the belt in. There we are. Okay, will you go over there? Next one, please. Yes. Right, will you put that into your bucket, please?
I know, What has it got on the belt?
You've got the battery.
Battery?
And you've got a respirator.
Right.
And the battery, of course, is for your lamp. And the respirator, that is just to keep you alive for an hour and a half in the pit in case anything happens. So use it if you're told.
Nothing's going to happen though, is it?
No.
Cigarettes, matches, pocket cameras, pocket calculators, digital watches, quartz watches. He'll take them off you and... Yeah. We got cigarettes.
Cigarettes? No.
Matches.
No matches, no...
Digital watch.
A what?
Digital watch.
A digital watch? Yes, I've got a digital watch.
Thank you.
You want it?
Yes, you can't take that.
What's wrong with the digital watch?
The way you're going, there's methane, and if you break the glass, it causes a spark. That causes an explosion.
Oh, because it's a battery-driven watch?
Because it's a battery-driven watch, that's right.
I suppose people are a bit surprised about all this.
Well, some never bother reading notice.
No.
Some are surprised. Some don't want to leave them.
But they'll get them back.
Oh, they get them back.
Well, of course, I don't mind handing over my digital watch, because even though this may now be a museum, all the strictest safety procedures have to still be adhered to down the mine for everybody's sake. And incidentally, a miner today, if he took contraband down the mine, cigarettes or matches, would be under threat of instant dismissal and would never work on a pit again. Look at this book. This is the conviction book under the Coal Mines Act of 1911 for this pit. And here, two miners, Alfred Griffiths and John Henry Lees, were convicted. Firstly, Griffiths took part of a burnt cigarette in his possession down the mine, and Lees had a box with 15 matches in it. That was highly dangerous, of course. They were both fined £1 at a time when miners were getting £2, 10 shillings a week. And here's another one for William Moss, who was fined 20 shillings for behaving in a violent manner in the mine. Wilf Simcock, you're a miner of long standing as well. It sounds as if all you chaps are a bit of a rough lot down there, were you?
Well, I wouldn't say rough. They are a rough lot, yes, because it's a rough job, really, mining is.
And why did you go down the mines?
Well, it was either pits or pots, because I lived in a little mining village close to this colliery, and it was a good way to the pots, to Burslem and Tunstall.
Now you're shuttling these thousands of visitors through the old mine every day, almost of the week. Am I fit now? Can I go down the mine? Have I done everything I'm supposed to do?
Well, I think you're pretty fit to go down, but yes. You'll need these tags or checks so that you can get in the mine.
Oh, right, okay. One brass and one alloy. I'll hang on to those. Can we go to the pit then?
Yes, you can go to the pit now.
Wilf, you're a trustee of this mine, aren't you, apart from being a guide around it as well?
Yes, with having worked here and been in those staffs a while, they asked me to be a trustee, and of course I am interested in it.
What does that involve?
Well, you generally decide what some of the policy is of the mine.
How do you feel about the fact that the mine is now being rescued from dereliction, really, isn't it?
Well, I think this is remarkable, really, because when a mine dies, I mean, there's so much history dies with it. And it's like a ship, really, that goes to the breaker's yard. But now it has been brought alive again.
I see. So Chatterley Whitfield isn't just a mining museum, it's also a tribute to all the men who worked down there, Wilf,
yes,
isn't
it is so, and if you'll just remember that as you're going around.
I will.
And also you'll see what hard work it was.
Oh, right. OK, I'm on my way then, into the pit head.
Have a good trip.
Thanks. Cheers, Wilf.
Cheers.
Ah, so this is it. I've seen a lot of pictures of men going down in these cages, but I never thought it was going to happen to me. But what has to be, I suppose. But we've been talking a lot about safety, and if you come to Chatterley Whitfield, perhaps with your family, you'll soon discover that that is absolutely paramount. It's a case of everybody knowing what the rules are and sticking to them. The cage and the winding gear are very carefully checked every morning before they're used. And there's also a strict code of signals between the winding engine man and the banksman, Arthur Napper here, morning Arthur, on the surface, and the men at the bottom, the onsetter, waiting for the cage to get down to the bottom of that shaft with me in it. But anyway, let's find out how these tags work. Now, what's the system, Arthur?
Well, you have 2 tags given you in the lamp house.
Yes.
When you come to the pit, you give me the silver one.
The silver.
You retain the brass one to give me when you return back again.
I'll put it in my pocket and don't lose it, eh?
Don't lose it.
And the point of that, I suppose, is to make sure that who goes down...
Who goes down comes back again, yes.
Have you ever lost anybody?
Not to my knowledge, anyway.
Right. Are you ready to send me down?
Yes, you can go down the pit, but put your light on first.
My lamp on. Oh, you get used to aiming it. Right. So I'm ready to go in the cage, am I?
One moment, please.
Oh, this is the system of signals, is it?
Yes.
How does it work exactly?
Signal to the pit bottom. I have a return signal from him, then he knocks the cage off.
Yes.
I put you in the cage. Before putting you in the cage, I'll search you for cigarettes and matches, digital watches.
Well, they've done all that in the lamp house
It's only
already.
a second check, precautionary check.
I see.
Have you got your silver check, please?
Yes.
Retain your brass one
Yes. There's the
for
silver.
when you come back again.
There's the silver one.
Right, Joe, thank you very much.
In?
In the cage, yes, please.
Right. Oh. It's like it. Oi! It's like getting into a meat safe or something. Oh gosh, we're off. Was that the signal to down below or
Yes,
to the winding gear?
That's to the wind.
By the way, Arthur, I never asked you, why are you called the banksman?
Well, there's 2 of us, and one works in the pit bottom, which is the pit bottom man.
Yeah, I'll
that
see
knocks
him-
the signals. He's the onsetter in
I'll
the
see
pit
him when
bottom.
I go down then.
And I'm called the banksman because I'm the man who knocks the cage away on the bank.
So you always call the surface the bank?
The
do you?
banks.
Right.
The bank, yes.
So I'm going down now then, am I?
Yes. Cheerio.
Cheerio, Arthur. Oh, gosh. This is the Winstanley shaft, which was named after the mining engineer who was working here in 1912, Robert Winstanley, when the decision was taken to sink a new shaft. Originally, it was for ventilation or for an emergency exit. I trust we won't need that today. I can't get used to the fact that I've got an extra couple of inches on top of my head, and this cage isn't built for people to stand upright in anyway, so I've got a half crouch. And it's 700 feet deep, and in the old days, when they had some raw young recruits coming down to take their first day's shift in these cages, they had a rotten trick on them because in some pits they could signal the winding gear man with their lamps. And when they did that, they knew they had a raw recruit in, so they'd suddenly let the cage drop straight down. Stomach turning, nasty moment. I think that was a pretty dirty trick. I do hope that they're going to let us down very gently on the bottom of the pit. We'll find the onsetter down there, and I think we're just getting down there now. Ah. Oh, thank goodness for that. Hello. Can I come out now?
Yes.
Oh. Yeah, I'm quite pleased to get my feet on firm ground again. You must be onsetter.
That's it, I'm outside.
Tommy? Tommy
Yes,
Heath.
Tommy,
I've
yes.
heard all about you, Tommy. Tell me, why is it so wet down here?
Well, the more it rains on the bank and it sinks through, the wetter it gets. And you won't see it in the winter time.
Oh, what happens then?
Ice settles all the way down the shaft
Really?
and they freeze till they get thick. And then when it starts to thaw later on, It all breaks up and splits all the way around the shaft.
Oh, terrible. How long have you been down the mines then?
47 years.
Have you? So you must be used to it by now anyway.
Well, it's a lifetime, isn't it?
Yes. Well, what happens to me now anyway?
Well, this fella here, Mr. Bill O'Croft,
Oh,
he's one of the
Bill.
guides. And
Hello, Bill.
He's been taken around and shown you around the museum.
Oh,
This
great.
way,
You,
Glenn.
yeah, and you used to be a miner down here as well?
Yes, yes.
I'm in safe hands, obviously.
Okay.
Right. Off we go. There's over a mile of underground tunnels, which are called roadways. Within this quite extensive network, visitors can see the way construction methods have changed in the course of 140 years of working life. And it's not only local school children who are attracted to the museum, but many parties of all ages and nationalities. I've been quite surprised, Bill, quite honestly, to discover that it is pitch black in places down here. You need the lamps, don't you?
Yes, when you get just out from the pit bottom where there's lights, you run into the darkness, you know, and you do need your lights.
And a couple of places back there, I think there was only about 4 feet, wasn't
About
it?
4 foot high, yes, where we've just come from, yes.
Yeah, and it's quite cold as well.
Well, we're close to the pit bottom, we've got very good ventilation here. When you get out into the workings, you know, it isn't like this. It gets a lot warmer when you've got all the machinery running, the noise of the ropes, the belts, all that, you know.
You can't hear much at all. I can hear the distant voices of another party of school kids, I think it is, coming round.
Yeah, yeah.
But when the mine was working, I suppose it would have been very noisy indeed, would it?
Yeah, it's more or less settled here now, the ground's settled. Where they're taking coal out, you don't get it this quiet.
Oh, here they
It's
come.
either something cracking, banging, creaking all the time. Timber,
Yes.
arches, all the lots keeps creaking, you know.
That's because there's this huge mass of earth always
Over
settling
the-
around.
Yes, that's it, yeah.
I noticed when we were walking through some of those very low roadways, there were a couple of massive beams across where they'd almost completely broken in two.
Yes, yes, because they used to use a lot of wood in those days, and those beams could have been in anything up to 30 years, you know.
Really? What about all these rails running down the centre? That's for transport, is it, Bill?
Yes, yes, used to be a lot of ropes running at one time, but also the ponies used to pull the wagons and the loads along here.
Oh, the pit ponies,
The
yes.
pit ponies, yeah.
They haven't been used for years, though.
No, they took them out during the 1926 strike, and very few of them came down after that. Just along here, where all this wooden timber is, this is where the stables used to be for the pit ponies.
Oh, really? Let's go and have a look at that, then. Oh, these are all the old harnesses hanging up here, then. Are they, Bill?
Yes, this is the harness the ponies used to wear when they were pulling loads and wagons. This is similar to the blinkers, you know, to keep the light out of the horses' eyes.
And maybe the dust and the debris and that kind of thing. That's
Another set of blinkers, yeah.
Yes. There's a head collar.
Yes, the collar that used to go over the horse's head.
Yes, over the neck. Quite a pony size. What's that on the end?
Well, this piece of harness here, fitted over the pony's back. This piece here, round its chest. These chains used to hang down each side. Used to fit this, hang this onto the chain, hook it, the front end, onto this piece that went round the horse's chest, and used to hook the chain onto this, a long chain, and hook it onto the wagons.
Oh, I see.
That's how the ponies used to pull the wagons.
I think those miners must have been quite fond of their ponies.
Oh yes,
don't
they were
you?
very fond of the ponies. They used to look after the ponies, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I see up there on the wall, you can still see the name of one of the ponies.
Yes, there's quite one or two names across here, yes.
Bit of a cold, miserable life for a pony, though, down here in the depths of the ground, don't you think?
It was, yes, and they only used to go out to the pit, I think, once every 12 months. It used to be the first week in August, every year.
Have a roll in the grass.
Yeah.
But really, Bill, you came down the pits at a pretty young age too, didn't you? How old were you when you started work?
I was 14, I started work on the top when I was 14. I came down the pit when I was 15.
And what year was it when you started work?
1933.
And you've been down the pits all your life, eh?
Yeah, yeah.
Can you remember how you felt then? I mean, you were very young, really, weren't you?
Yes, well, I was feared.
You were
Feared
frightened?
the first time, yes.
Were you?
Yes.
What, did you ever think to yourself, well, can I really spend the rest of my working life down this pit underground?
Well, I did. I used to think about it as time or two, you know, and then till you settle down, and then you gradually grew on you, you know.
Yes. When did you first start getting in and picking at coal with a pickaxe?
When I was about 18, getting on a face like this, getting underneath the coal, getting the coal out with a pick.
Just in a place like this, can you show us how
Yes,
it used to
I
be
can give
for
you- Yes.
quite a lot of the time then, Bill? You used to have to work full length, lying on your back there, did you?
Yes. Now, under this seam of coal is 2 or 3 inches of soft dirt. Used to get this dirt out as far as you could reach. Used to have to take 4'6" up bank all the way across. You wouldn't get under 4'6" at one go. You'd have to have 3 or 4 goes at it. But when you got under as far as you could reach the first time, come out, knock these sprags out, and the coal would roll over. You throw the
Picked
coal
up.
into this little wagon behind here.
It must have been a very, very hard life, Bill, wasn't it?
Yes, you were never free from cuts and bruises. You were breathing all the dust in all the time, the bad air. And as I say, by the end of a shift, you'd had enough. You just about had enough. You were fit for nothing.
I noticed that they're still using the lamps down here, Bill, that we saw up in the lamp room, the modern version of the Davy lamp. Now, what's that down here for?
There has to be one of these down the pit to every so many men.
That's the law, is it? Even today?
Yeah, and the chap that's in charge of the district, he carries one round with him more or less all the time.
Why do they still use them then?
They still use them for such as gases, black damp, anything like that.
So that little flame will still show the presence
Yes,
of explosive gases, will it?
yes, yes.
The flame changes colour or something like that?
Yes. Now, this is the modern machinery. This is the machine that they use today. That machine we call a shearer. These supports are the modern supports.
They take the place really of those wooden bit props then, do they?
Yes. All those are pressurised by water,
Yeah.
water pressure. That part there, that cuts the coal, we call that the disc.
And
Now-
that really is doing the job that the old pickaxe used to do.
Yeah, yeah. That cuts all the work out of the pick, spade, everything.
And is this what it looks like down a modern coal mine today, more or less?
Yes, when you're looking across a face, it looks exactly like that.
Do you reckon that it's really made a great deal of difference to the life of the miner, though?
It's made it a lot easier, but it's still hard. It's still hard.
I reckon you earn every penny you get.
Yes,
eh?
yes.
Well, I think really we better find our way back to this cage, haven't we, to get back to the surface.
Oh, well-
But I'm completely lost. I'm going to rely on you to have to get me back there.
You follow me and I'll show you the way back to the cage.
OK, thanks. Back at the pit bottom then, Bill.
Yes.
Well, thanks very much for showing me around. It's been
You're welcome.
really,
Yes.
really interesting.
You've enjoyed it?
Yes, I have. Rather you than me, I must
Very
say.
good.
And it is old Tommy waiting to...
Yes, are you ready to go
Thanks a lot,
now?
Tom. Yes. Thanks, Tommy. So this is
Are you
it.
going now?
Cheers then.
Cheers. Have a nice time.
I shan't be back here for a while, Tommy. So it's goodbye, I think.
And good luck.
Thank you. Cheerio, Tommy.
Cheerio.
Cheerio, Bill.
Bye.
Bye.
I have to say
That was a good trip. That was fantastic. You people just came up, I think, on the cage behind me. What did you think of all that?
It's good. Historical.
I don't know about you. It told me a lot about the life of the miners down there.
The way they used to work and all.
Yeah. Do you fancy it yourself?
Yeah, I'd love to.
You'd like to be a miner,
Yeah.
would you? What would you enjoy about it, Dick?
Just working the machinery and all that. I like that.
Could you stay down there all that time?
No,
I don't think I could. What about you?
I definitely couldn't. Even more cramped up most of the time, the majority of the time.
Yeah,
just
very-
bending over.
Very cramped.
I couldn't spend even more than 2 hours down there, I don't think.
I think it's quite a good idea to have a mining museum, don't you?
Yeah. I thought it was interesting enough. Could be a bit higher, but still.
How about you? Would you like to be a miner, do you think?
No, break me back.
Break your back? I think it probably would, yeah, certainly break mine. Great, anyway, cheers.
The gentleman across there. Fred!
Jonathan Bryant, this is quite a museum you've got here, but in a way it was all there. It was just waiting for something to happen to it, wasn't it?
Well, yes, when the mine closed in 1976, it was seen that there was a marvellous opportunity here to create quite a unique museum of the coal mining industry, and the whole thing really hinged around preserving the underground workings.
You mean there are plenty of other industrial museums? This is the first one for a coal mine?
Especially in the Midlands. I mean, we have many museums of industrial archaeology, but never has one been able so vividly to show the basic fuel of the Industrial Revolution, which was coal.
I've got a bit of a confession to make, because while Bill Holcroft was chipping away down there in the seam, I brought my own black diamonds with me.
We don't encourage that, you know.
Don't you?
Not at all. Well,
why not?
The more coal that comes out of the pit, the less museum we have. Strictly speaking, we should make you put it back.
What about the miners that you have working here? Because it seems to me they add that complete note of authenticity to the museum.
Well, without the support of retired miners here at the museum, we wouldn't be able to operate in the way we do. Under the Mines and Quarries Act, we need the expertise that only they have. And when we're trying to illustrate mining and its development through the ages to people that don't know much about mining, obviously it's very important to have people who've had a lifetime experience in the industry, and they enjoy it.
Well, I've had quite a day. I've been up to the top of a coal tip, and I've been 700 feet down to the bottom of a coal mine. And I've seen quite a bit of coal mining history as well. There's just one more thing, though, just to make my day perfect. You ready, Pam?
Yes. Okay. Smile.
Right, you see, if you come to Chatterley Whitfield, just in case you forget it, as if I would, you can have a photograph taken in your mining gear to prove that you've been here. And in just a second or two, it'll be ready. Thank you very much, Pamela. Well, anyway, it says this is to certify that Gwyn Richards has been 700 feet below ground at Chatterley Whitfield Mining Museum. I've got my proof. At last, I can get out of all this gear. Yes, I really have enjoyed myself at Chatterley Whitfield, and I think you would too. It's not so much a day out as a day under. And I'll tell you something else too. In future, whenever I put a lump of coal on my fire, it'll always mean just that little bit more to me. Goodbye.